TGI Friday, baby. Let me get these groups involved. March Madness. You already know, baby. The saga continues. Yeah, let me get these groups in and we're gonna tap in. A lovely Friday, baby. Yes, sir. Open sessions and giveaways another Friday. Ready to give you all this work, y'all. Let me let the peoples tap in and we gonna start this marvelous show like we do, man. Word up, man. Got my man NOP stepping in the building today. NOP in the building. You already know what it is. Doug has been in the building. I see you, baby. Always the first man up, baby. Remember, you my audio guy. You my audio guy. You gotta let me know how I'm sounding like. Making sure everything is culture or copacetic or whatever word you want to put it on, baby. Yes, sir. TGI Friday, man. March 28th. We already going to the 4th month of the year, man. Where the fuck this 2025 shit is going? This shit going fast like a motherfucker, man. Let me see. Doug, I know you put something, but I don't see it. Okay, I see it now, brother. Thank you, sir. I like that picture, too, when you looking at that pirate, baby. That's what it is. Let's let a couple people tap in. Then we gonna start the marvelous show. I'm still getting adjusted to this thing being in my ear. I feel clogged. I don't like feeling clogged, man. Pause. Yeah, let's let some people tap in, man. Busy Friday. We got a great game with Michigan State versus Ole Miss. 55, 5 minutes left in that game. And then we got Tennessee beating Kentucky 45-32 in the revenge game. Actually, Kentucky beat them twice this year. So this is why I like Tennessee. We gotta get State on this one here, man. Let's get Michigan State. We're still waiting for a few people to talk. Yeah, we gonna give it to you, Doug. I got my man today, NOP in the building. He hasn't been here in a while. Shout out to Midwest Mode in the building. No matter what Midwest Mode is into, baby showers, Mom Duke's birthdays, babies' birthdays, Mo always check in, man. Salute the Midwest Mode, my guy. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm just waiting for more people to tap in, man. I see you in the building, Mo. I know you in the building. You always in the building. I'm not worried about you ever being in the building, Mo. Yes, sir. I need a few more people, then we're going to start the show. Get a couple more people. We actually got late jump-ins this week. Last week, I had about 30 motherfuckers as soon as I turned it on right on the beginning of March Madness. Real talk. Shit is crazy. Steve Levine, I like Tennessee today. UK beat them twice. This day revenge game, baby. UK beat them twice. I didn't lay the 4.5, dog. This some money line shit. Steve, let's get State, baby. Let's get State in there. Fuck Ole Miss. Fuck Eli Manning and Ole Miss. Let's get State in there, baby. Yeah, let's get a few more people, then we gonna start this marvelous show. TGI Friday, no drinking and driving. Y'all know what the fuck it is. Yo, I just seen some shit. Jerry Romero, what's going down, baby? I seen, hold up, man, it's a true story, man. Let me lower this, man. It's called chaotic.com. This real talk, man. This man was drinking and driving, man. And he had a truck. The cars stopped. They're all in front of him, man. He ate like 7 cars, dog. No line, dog. I think he bodied about 9 people, dog. And when he came out, he was like, what happened? He was drunk as fuck, dog. I'm surprised they didn't body him right there. It was because it was innocent bystanders. That would have been any family shit, they would have bodied him. He told about what happened. His truck ran into 7 cars. Crushed like the first 6 cars, bro. On some drunk driving shit. That's why I always tell y'all, no drinking and driving. Salute to my man, Neil Stewart. Neil's always, every week, he's becoming more of a regular. And I'm letting y'all know right now, we bringing in Neil Stewart come football. I'm letting y'all know right now, that's my guy right there. It's only right that we get Neil Stewart on the show. Let's start this marvelous show. We're going to start with the message of the day, and then we're going to keep it pushing. Message of the day. Get rid of all the suspect people that you got in your life. Either get rid of them or trim them. Either way, you got to make adjustments. Suspect people are the cause of you being like disappointed a lot of times in your life. There's times that you disappointed because certain things didn't pan out. And I guarantee you, them suspect people has something to do with that. That's why they call suspect. Get rid of the suspect people. You know the suspect people. When you go home to your wife and y'all be talking, I don't really be trusting David like that, man. David be funny. There you go. That's the suspect people. People don't have to tell you who they are. They'll show you in other ways. Get rid of suspect people if you want to start being disappointed a lot of times for no apparent reason. And not only that, you can't trust a guy who's not feeling you on the low. Let's start the show, man. Al, your sports, baby. Yes, sir, baby. The raw truth, man. You know what it is, man. Like I said, get rid of all of suspect people, man. Neil, I got to get you in the quarterly, Neil, not on the freestyle. We got to make a plan, Neil. We have to plan it Tuesday, Wednesday, then we bring you in. I don't just take anybody unless I got call-outs last minute. Then I can bring you in. But right now, we got to give my man Noah a chance to come in. Shout out to Suge Knight in the building. Noah, I'm going to call you in about 4 minutes. Don't disappear. I know you. Just hang on for 4 minutes and look at your father work, man. Look at your father work. But like I said, get rid of the suspect people out your life, man. If they suspect, you get rid of them or you trim them. Me personally, I'm getting rid of them, man. Shout out to Paul Time, bro. That's my girl right there. We gonna get her in very soon. Let's start this, man. I hope y'all listen to what I tell y'all, man. Y'all live a happier life. It took me years to find a way how to be somewhat happy because I was always fucking upset because the people around me were the cause of it, man. And I blame me for not removing them. So I'm the one to blame because if I would have removed them, I'd have been happier. Fuck, I'm keeping unhappy people around my circle. Unhappy people do not bring happiness. Remember that. All right. Give me a minute, guys. Here we go. Go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York. Peace to the shooter. Peace to Price Tag Entertainment, Few Techs, Mac 1. And make sure to check my series out. I always tell y'all, check out my series. It's on YouTube and Instagram. You got the snack sessions and you got the sports book reviews. Shout out to the R Chico list and everybody on board. And last but not least, shout out to Arrowhead Media. They do content, shooting, editing, and all kind of content. They can take your work and bring it to another level. They're the ones outside of the work. You create your content and they'll blow up your content. These guys are very good. They flexible and they reasonable. All that's important. Reach them at Arrowhead Media 702 on Instagram. These are my guys. Candyman's the guy, man. I love me some Candy, man. And I'm going to start talking about my man Gamble real soon. There's a guy called Gamble. Very good with baseball, guys. I'm going to give y'all all his information. You can call him, work out a deal with him, and he'll send you some winners. But that's going to be next week. I still ain't close out a deal with Gamble. All right, let's go to some news that we're going to bring in my man N.O.P. Angelo in the building. What it up, baby? My man Few Techs in the building. Noah Park, I see you. Give me a minute. We're going to go to the NFL. 4-time wide receiver, Pro Bowler, 31 years old, Stephon Diggs. And the New England Patriots have agreed on a 3-year deal worth 69 M's, 26 M's guaranteed. Diggs, former 5th-round pick of the Vikings in 2015, 146 pick overall. I like him with Drake May. May needs weapons. This is a good weapon here. But I'm pretty sure New England's going to talk to him so that Diggs don't put May under pressure, like to make him throw him the rock. Because Diggs is known for that. That's why he got ran out of Buffalo, my man NOP's team, because he was there running his mouth too much. Sometimes you just got to play receiver and just wait for your turn, man. All that extra talk and putting pressure on your quarterback is no bueno. That's why teams don't keep him too long, because he's starting to develop that T.O., Chad Ochocinco, Odell Beckham Jr. syndrome. And once that happens, teams ain't fucking with that. Hopefully this works out right here for Stephon Diggs and New England Patriots. Other news, the New York Football Giants, I don't know what they're doing, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't know what they're doing, but they signed 36-year-old Super Bowl champion, multiple Pro Bowls, Russell Wilson to a one-year deal worth 21 M's, 10.5 guaranteed. So basically, I think he's going to sail this ship this year until they find a quarterback. And they also signed Jameis Winston to a 2-year, $8 million deal. But I'm pretty sure Winston's going to fight for the starting job. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be Russ, and then Winston's going to be the backup. And these are just guys to hold the team down until they find their guy. So you have to do something, because something is better than nothing in real life. Those are facts. Good luck to the New York Football Giants. I don't know what the fuck y'all been doing ever since y'all didn't sign Barkley and you gave Dimes all that money. You guys been really fucked up in the game, man. Last but not least, the Las Vegas Raiders signed veteran linebacker Devin White and gave him a 1-year deal. He played 5 years with the Buccaneers. White had 585 tackles, 23 sacks, and 76 games with the Buccaneers. If he got anything in his tank, White can play some D, man. I'm telling you now, the thing is, I don't know how much he got in his tank. That's why it's a 1-year deal. I love it. Low risk, high reward for the Raiders. Raiders seem to be getting little chips here and there, trying to improve slowly until they start making them power moves. But I think that's a great signing as long as he can stay healthy. NOP, let's go, baby. Got to get my man NOP in the building, Noah Parker, my oldest son. We ready to give y'all work, man. Don't go nowhere, man. My man Parker ain't coming in a while. I just hope I don't have no issues getting him on the show. That's all I'm hoping. Let me see if I can flag him. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute, guys. It's exactly like it wants to pull him in, but let's see if it actually pulls him in. Damn, it's taking a while. I hate that, man. Give me a minute. X-Man in the building. I see you, X-Man. Don't think I forgot about you, because you ain't on. You that guy, X-Man. All right, I see that. I can't. Noah, you might have to retry it. Yeah, hold up. Let me try to add you in or some shit. Hold up. Okay, Noah, retry it. Do it again. You might have to refresh your phone, whatever you got to do. Just make it to the show. We got a lot of information for these cats, man. For the meanwhile, get that rebound. Get that rebound. 1 minute left. Michigan State up 65-63. 1 minute left. And Tennessee, I think, still got a big lead. I don't know what's going on. Hold up, guys. Let's see if I can pull him in. Give me a minute. I try to add him. Okay, I just added you, Noah. Let's see what happens. Well, showing me the split. There we go, baby. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I don't see you, though.
You don't see me?
I just hear you.
Oh, wow. You got to check your phone, because everything's good. Okay, everybody watching, a lot of people watching, can you see me and Noah? I need your help on this. Because Noah claiming he can't see me. I need y'all to know if he can see me. Because I'm pretty sure we can do it with the voice. Noah's very, he's very talented. He can work around that. Give me a minute. Okay, my man said he can see both of us, Noah, and that we sound good. Is that good enough for you?
Yeah, I can work with it. It's like a radio show. And I
All
don't gotta
right,
see,
all
and
right.
I ain't gotta see an ugly mug either. I ain't gotta see Stephen A.Y.S.
Listen, man, I'm gonna act like you ain't say that because you know I don't like that dude, man. You know damn well I don't like that dude, bro. You know that shit, bro. He talking shit, talking about he would have swang at LeBron. Get the he look like a little boy next to LeBron. You seen him, right?
Yeah.
LeBron would have choked that motherfucker out. Real talk, man. All right, real quick, Noah Parker. When you hear the word MLB and MLB's back in form, where we got baseball again, what does that does to your endorphins? Like, what happens to you? Does it enlighten you? Are you happy, or it's just another sport, Noah?
I mean, yeah, every year this is the time of year when you like, you're looking forward to it because everybody's been waiting all off season since the World Series ended, especially if you're a Yankee fan. But at the end of the day, it's so hard to think baseball's in a good place until they get rid of these guys deferring contracts and stacking teams. I mean, I know you're a big proponent of hating teams that stack, like the way LeBron James did it with Dwayne Wade. I'm sure you
I
didn't
mean,
really.
not really in baseball, Noah, because there's no salary cap. So in baseball, especially me being a Yankee fan, I'll be a hypocrite because we started that shit. George Steinbrenner
I mean,
brothers.
we wasn't deferring money though, and signing dudes and just saying, hey, we'll pay you on the back end like
Facts.
Otani's contract. That's the loophole they figured out how to do is it kind of ruined baseball for me at a standpoint where I'm almost happy if anybody else won but the Dodgers. Like
Right.
I'm at the point where I root for I'm rooting for the field. I mean,
Right,
obviously I'm gonna
right.
go, I'm a root for the Yankees, whatever. But if somebody else won, I wouldn't be upset. I'd be happy that they spent all this money and on all these on this All-Star team, getting all these guys from Japan and Teoscar guys that are really good players, All-Star caliber players, putting them all together. I mean, they're not doing anything illegal. Like other teams could do the same thing, but for them to Blake Snell deferred all the money after Otani did it. It's just like, come on. I mean, it's almost like they're doing it to even be more of a heel because usually teams will do this when they just got knocked out like the Warriors did. Let's go after Durant. We lost as a they just won the World Series, and now they stacking on stacking. So for me, I'm not as hyped this year because I know the Dodgers. I mean, this is probably the biggest, the smallest, shortest favorite I've ever seen for a team to win the World Series at 2-1 before the season even starts.
Right.
I mean,
It's
and
almost like legalized cheating, right, Noah?
yeah, so that's why I'm not as amped
It's
up
almost
this
like the tush
year.
push. It's almost like the tush push
Yeah.
where you can't stop it almost, right?
Right. So I'm not as excited as I usually am, but I mean, it's still baseball, so I'm still going to be watching. I'm still excited for it, but just not as much this year, just because of that. Put a damper on it for me.
Right. Let me shout out Loca. Loca in the building. I see you. Um, that's why they talking now salary cap. And my boy, I was talking to my boy yesterday. He's like a trainer for the NBA, and his name is Brian. And he was like, "Al, be aware for the it's going to be a lockout after the
Yeah.
season, and
Yeah.
we might miss the whole next season because the teams are not going to do salary cap, and they might have to force salary cap because teams are capitalizing over the rules, because those ain't rules that they say you can't do. So the Dodgers are they created stuff that's not against the rules, but we know that's some flamboyant shit. We know that. You know what I mean? It's almost like I forgot what you call it in baseball, but when something happens, there's a word that they use that it doesn't. It's not baseball. So what I'm saying is what they doing. It doesn't say they can't do it, but a lot of people are not liking what they're doing. It's just like
Yeah.
it almost seems foul. That's why they want to create the salary cap, just like the NBA created the zone when nobody could have stopped Shaq. So
Right.
sometimes you got to make adjustments. But Noah, this my take is out of baseball a whole year because a lot of teams are not going to do this, bro. I mean, there's
Right.
more teams that won't do salary cap that will.
Yeah.
So you know what that means? That means strike. So last thing about baseball, then we're going to jump into March Madness because that's the main thing going on right now. Noah Parker, any last things you want to touch on MLB before we move on?
No. It's. I wore the Mets hat for everybody that you said we just hate on the Mets. Just I know Juan Soto got his first home run today, so big up to him. He probably first of many. He's gonna be there for the next decade and a half. So, hey, the man's a great hitter. I don't know if I would have paid $750 million,
Nah,
but
I love
you know,
him, but I don't love him that much.
yeah,
You
I don't know
feel
if I
me?
could. I don't know if that's a little bit too much for me for
Yeah.
a guy that's going to be a DH in a couple years anyway.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
hey,
look at
maybe
the Yankees now with all these injuries, right?
right,
Well, we were lucky to get 5 players for the money we were going to give Soto.
right,
So
right.
out of those 5 players, I think all of them are in the lineup. The ones that are hurt are the ones that have been on the Yankees.
Yep,
So that already paying dividend. You know what I'm trying to say?
yep.
Now, it just would have been Soto, and we would have had to be putting a bunch of minor leaguers up there, just forcing
Yep.
up in them spots. So that's why it's another reason why it's great. But it's going to hurt to see Soto just constantly abuse the baseball on some Barry Bonds shit. Because it's going to be like that soon. You know it, Noah, because you called it. You called it. You said Soto's going to break all the fucking records.
Yep.
And I'm with you on that. Okay, let's move on now. March Madness, we got 17.1. Michigan State up 69-65. Damn, I need Michigan State. I got them on the future. And Tennessee, which I use kind of the strategy me and you got, which is called the revenge factor. UK beat them twice, Kentucky, and now Tennessee's got the advantage today. Now, I took the money line. I didn't lay the points, Noah. But real quick on these 2 games, anything you want to nip before we go to yesterday's games and go through yesterday's game? Anything you want to nip on these games right now as they still active?
I like the late games. I like both dogs. I would have liked to see Ole Miss knock out Michigan State because a lot of people have futures on them, and I'm not. I'd like to see them get knocked out. Tom Izzo's a tough coach, though, and it's crazy watching this team perform with Jace Richardson doing his thing, and his dad, his pops up in the stands watching. And I remember him making when they won it all. I think they're the last Big Ten team to win a championship.
Yep.
20-some years ago. So it's crazy watching his son
I think
do it.
it was in 2000. Me and my man all was talking about it. Either
Yeah.
2000 or 205.
Yeah. So just watching his son do his thing is crazy to realize that, man, time really go by quick because I could have swore I just watched him play, and then he played a whole career in the NBA. Now he's sitting in the stands watching his son do his thing. So
kind of like Wagner from Arkansas. The Wagner's boy, and then Bill Wagner is the father of the one. So that's a 3-generation family right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into yesterday's games real quick. 26-9 BYU played 27-8 Alabama. Alabama won 113-88. I mean, that was an obvious over, but I thought because everybody had the over, I was kind of scared to play that. I bought some points. I bought it a little lower. But just, as predicted, that game flew over. A lot of people was on BYU, Noah, and I wouldn't be surprised if you was on it because they've been balling out. And 4.5 doesn't seem like a lot of points, but when you balling like BYU, that's tons of points. So give us a quick little take on this game or what you felt. We all know Sears went nuts, but again, talk a little bit, and then I'm gonna give you the point score. Then we'll move on.
I did have BYU. I dabbled in them plus the points. I'm not afraid to talk about wins or losses. But team
you could do 20, more. I felt like you was.
Nah, that ain't me. That 25, 26 threes made. I want to say there was a tournament record. They looked like an NBA team out there the way they was knocking them threes down. It was pretty hard, and it don't matter if you would have put UNLV 1990s team out there, they would have lost to this if a team gonna hit that many threes. There really ain't nothing you could do about it.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Let me go through some numbers real quick. Richie Saunders, who's NBA ready, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Igor Damlin, 15.7 assists. We're going to flip over to Bama. Like I said, Sears, 34 points, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. Youngblood, 19.3 rebounds, and Odin Holloway, 23 points, 3 assists, as the Alabama Crimson Tide, who's really known to be a football team, is getting busy on the basketball court, bro. And they move on to the Elite Eight. Now we're going to pivot Maryland, Florida. 87-71. It was a close game early, but my boy made a great point yesterday, NOP, and I wasn't aware of it, where Maryland usually just plays 7 deep, kind of like Coach Thibodeau. And he said that Florida will wear them down. I was like, you're not going to wear these young boys down. They young. They got a day off. But as I watched the game, Noah, they look tired out there, man. Because I guess that Florida was very, able to switch bodies up on them. And before you know it, they wore them down like the Alabama football team wears down the opponents by bringing in 3-4 running backs, 3-4 linebackers. So what's your take on this game? Do you think that fatigue had a lot to do with it, or you just think Maryland didn't hit their shots? Talk to us.
No, fatigue definitely had a part of it, but Florida's a well-oiled machine. There's a reason that that team is one of the top teams in this tournament left, and there's a the reason why a lot of people chose them. Like you pick them to win it all. Your boy picked them to win them all. A lot of people have Florida win it all. So
he said, my boy.
So I mean, I'm not surprised them getting this far. I think they'll make it. They might take it all the way, but I don't know that they just. I think something. There's one. I really wanted them to play Arkansas next round because I think Arkansas would expose them. But we'll never see that matchup now because of the way they blew that game yesterday.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. They're on the list.
So for now, I think they roll through the next round too. But they played the way they're supposed to play, took care of business, and they're not making these lines high enough for these favorites, in my opinion.
Okay, Maryland, real quick. Derrick McQueen, 27.5 rebounds. Jacoby Gillespie, 17 points. The other guards didn't perform. Gillespie wasn't on fire.
Wow! You see that? You see that? The dude just hit a shot from the logo at the buzzer to cover the 3.5.
Oh, to cover the Maryland game?
No, the Ole Miss, Michigan State right now.
Oh, Ole Miss man, yeah.
From the logo.
I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it on my thing.
I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. I can't see you. Remember, I can't see anything.
Hold on. I gotta pause. I gotta see it.
Oh, that's disgusting. Wow. If you had missed the way it came in, hit the back of the rim and fell in.
Back of the rim. Ugly. It wasn't even like Giddy shot. Giddy was on net.
I can hear them. I can hear them right now at Jerry's Nuggets saying, "Oh, it's fixed. It's fixed." There's a magnet in the ball. There's a magnet. There's a magnet in the ball off the rim. It's magnetic.
No, that's luck right there. But let me go to Florida real quick. All right, I know you're happy over that cover, whatever, or you might be unhappy depending on what way you went.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Will Richard, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Elijah Martin, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. My boy, the best guard in the league, is my opinion. Walter Clayton Jr. only had 13 points, 4 assists. Thomas House, 13 points, 9 rebounds. This is how good Florida is, that one of their best players play an average game in Clayton with 13 and 4, and they still romp the Maryland Terrapins. I mean, these guys are no fucking joke. Now we're going to go to Zona 24-12. Duke 33-3. The line was 9.5. Duke won 193. Zona covered, and a real good game late. Love went fucking bananas for Zona. I love me some Love. And you knew he was. He used to play with Carolina, and he hates Duke. Showed up yesterday, but it wasn't good enough. Talk to us a little, Noah, then we're going to move on.
Yeah, nobody else really showed up. It was a Caleb Love show. They started off, hung with him, bad ending to the half, but it's hard to stop Cooper Flagg, a.k.a. Larry Bird, and the way he out there, when he out there doing his thing, throwing dimes, making shots.
A.k.a. Christian Laettner.
He's a little better game than Christian Laettner, in my opinion, because he got a lot more inside game than
got the kill instinct too. He got the killer instinct.
Yeah. That's why I said Larry Bird. I think that Arizona just didn't have enough. I mean, they look good, but they kind of got exposed by Oregon a little bit. And
Right.
they came out, the way they were supposed to. They didn't come out, like they drank some motor oil in the locker room. They actually came out and was competing early, but a late 6-0 run the end of the half was huge because going into the locker room down 6 when they was in the game, they had the lead with under a minute to go, and all of a sudden now you down 6, and then Duke comes out and knocks them in the face right out the gate, and they had to play comeback ball, and it's just not enough if you don't have a Scottie Pippen to the Michael Jordan. He can't do it all by himself.
Right. And Noble killed them with those big threes, man.
So all they had was Caleb. I mean, it was hard to watch just one guy trying to take over, and against a team like that, well coached. Duke looks they look like the favorite to me. They look like the team to beat just because of
they real long, man.
Yeah, they long, they healthy.
Long as fuck, though. They healthy, they smart, they can hit the shots. They gonna be hard to beat. That's my man Brian Breezy's team. They're gonna be very hard to beat. Let me give you some numbers real quick. Noah Parker, you just spoke about Caleb Love, 35 points, 4 rebounds. Jaden Bradley, 15.5 assists. That was it for the Arizona Wildcats. For the Duke Blue Devils, Cooper Flagg, 30.6 assists, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Khan Kanepa, I don't know how to explain his name. You probably know how to pronounce it. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Sion James, 16 points, 4 assists. As the Duke Blue Devils move on in another impressive victory, but they did not cover. I was running my mouth in the book yesterday, Noah. Talk about why am I betting all these fucking games when I could just pile up on Duke because they cover every fucking game. But they didn't cover yesterday by 2 points. And lucky I didn't listen to myself to that strategy because I'd have lost because they did not cover, but still a great win. All right, now let's pivot over to me was one of the really good games of the night, especially with the outcome. 22-13 Arkansas and 27-8 Texas Tech. The line was 5.5 for Texas Tech. I thought that was a fucking mysterious line. If you've seen Arkansas of late, St. John's was 7. They beat them outright. I mean, they've been just beating teams with points. I don't know why they still giving them points. Yesterday was a perfect example. I thought the play was tight, even though I took Arkansas. I bring them up to 7.5. That's how scared I was because I just thought that was the wrong line. I'd have personally made that line 2.5, 3. That's just me, Noah Parker. You in a neutral site. It wasn't like a home game. You seen how the Razorbacks been balling. They went up and wiped out the Johnnies. Now, people could talk, Johnnies ain't all that. They wasn't saying that before the game, Noah. The only knock on the Johnnies is that we know they can't hit the outside shot consistently. But I don't know if the Razorbacks are any much different. They're not water from the outside. So that's why that was a big line. But yesterday, they went up 16. They was up 13 with like 5 minutes. They was up 8 with like 3 minutes. How you a John Calipari team, Noah Parker, and you lose this game? I want to hear this from you because I know this is what you know. Talk to me.
I mean, I got 2 words for you, dog. 2 words. And you're going to choke. No, that's just 1 word. 2 words. It's going to bring back why this game ended the way it is. And he's so stubborn and hard-headed. He's not going to change the way he is. Even back then, 2 words, Mario Chalmers. I mean, if you didn't learn your lesson when Memphis blew the title by not fouling up 3,
I had Kansas.
You know what I'm saying? All you had to do was foul up 3. And you don't learn from 20 years ago, whatever that was, and you still don't. And 20 years later, the same situation. You up 3, 10 seconds left, and you don't foul. I mean, he just never – that's just not the way who he is. He's not the coach that's going to do that. He's not going to change. If he didn't change after a title game, he's not going to change 20 years later in the Sweet 16. So it's the first thing
we got to give him more thought than that. That's one. How about blowing these leads?
I know. But he did that in the national championship game. He did it in the national. Same with Memphis. They was winning that whole game with Derrick Rose. Right. And they blew the lead in the same situation, up 3, under 15 seconds left, and they don't foul. Mario Chalmers brings it to overtime. It was the exact same game. I mean, I couldn't believe that. He let this. He don't try to adjust nothing from what he learned. And if he didn't learn it back then, he wasn't going to do it now. And he still stuck with his guns. In the interview, said, that's just not who I am. I'm not going to do that. I want to, play good defense. And if the math makes sense. The only thing that can beat you is a 3. Foul them. And these coaches. I mean, I love Calipari, hell of a recruiter, hell of a coach, but ending the game, we've seen it time and time again. And
yo, my man Philly Kid said Noah, 2 words, choke artists.
yeah, it's just you gotta do the right thing as a coach and lead. You're leading your team into drown and just doing the same thing you already did last time. Just foul, let them hit. And it was in the regular bonus too. There wasn't even in the double bonus. He missed the first free throw. You up 3 and you getting the ball back.
Yeah.
And it's just you gotta foul, especially when you have
I had a game the other day like that they fouled and it worked out for me. I forgot what game it was, but it worked out for me. And I'm glad that they chose that strategy than letting these young
simple
boys
math.
pump them
I mean,
threes. Yeah.
I'm the king of telling you about that all the time.
Yeah. No,
Analytics.
no, I can't hear you.
Analytics. I always tell you about analytics.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Noah, pick up your volume.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you better. Yeah, I hear you better.
I know
yes.
you always hear me say it. Analytics is a thing that took basketball by storm, and that's one of the things that's simple math. You gotta just do the right thing.
Right.
Until they figure that out, then
you give him a lot. That game must have hurt you because you really.
No, I still covered. I still covered the spread. Don't get me wrong. I still covered.
He's dead, and you still stabbing him.
It's just he didn't. How you not learn? I mean, how you do the same thing? I mean, that's like cats that get locked up and then get out of jail after doing your time, and you go right back in for the same shit. Like
a lot of people like that.
All right.
I know a lot of people like that at Elias. So let's not even go there. But listen, we don't have a lot of time. I got a lot of work for you. Let's go to Texas Tech. John L. Davis, 30.6 rebounds. Carter Knox, the brother of the other Knox that used to play with the Knicks, 20.6 rebounds. DJ Wagner, 13.3 rebounds, 4 assists. Christian Anderson, 22 points for the – who was that? No, Arkansas was on top. Tech is on the bottom. Christian Anderson, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Darian Williams, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. JT Toppin, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist. As the Texas Tech Red Raiders move on the game that they shouldn't have won. And, of course, in that kind of situation where Coach Calipari already been through that, repeated the same mistake, and now the Razorbacks are going home instead of moving on. Noah Parker. All right, let's jump right into Saturday. We got 2 games real quick. Texas Tech 26-8 versus Florida 30-4. The line is 6.5. Florida 156.5. Who you got? Talk to us.
See 7's out there already. I think if it gets any higher, you gotta take the dog. 7.5. I'm taking the dog, but for now, I'm leaving it alone. It was 6.5. I don't even know if it's 6.5 anymore, but I know that's what it opened up, and I see money just pouring in on all the favorites. Favorites been covering time and time again. So when these dogs come in, I mean, if you just play money line parlays, it seems like every favorite just wins, But hey, maybe we'll see something different tonight, or maybe we'll see something different this weekend in the Elite Eight.
Arkansas was one of those teams that was the dogs that won outright, St. John's, and they could have done it again yesterday.
Yep.
They didn't.
That's true.
So who moves on, Noah, beside the point spread situation?
Florida.
The Gators move on?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Okay, now we're going to pivot to the second game of the day, which I think is going to be a very real good game, especially if the Crimson Tide can hit their threes. Bama 26-8 versus Duke 33-3. The line is 6.5. Also, it might have went to 7. I didn't look at it lately. You'll give me the update. 172.5. Who you got, Noah Parker?
It's a tough game because when a team comes out with that much firepower, you really think they're gonna come out that hot again? If anybody shoots like that, they're not losing. So that's a game I'm not going to be part of. I would gun to my head. I'm taking the dog gun to my head, but I just don't know if they can, I don't know if they can shoot that well again. That's just crazy, that percentage.
Yeah, especially against the Blue Devils. You know they're gonna have hands on them. You already know they're gonna have hands on them. You know what I'm saying? So basically the 2 favorites move on. Right, NOP?
Most likely, yeah. It's like all tournaments. It's been a chalky tournament.
Okay, real quick before we leave March Madness, Noah. There's been a lot of talk about no more Cinderella teams. They don't think Cinderella teams are going to win. Transfer portal, all this other stuff. Let Stephen A was talking shit the other day. Sometimes that dude just talks to talk, man. He talk about it's going to hurt the game. I know. Everybody I know is still going to watch this the way they watch this, Noah. And I love these competitive games. Ain't nothing like seeing a Cinderella team surprise the world. I get it, Noah Parker. But that's not going to stop us from watching the game, Noah. Is it going to affect you, Noah, that you don't see a 15 seed move on to the third round? Is that going to affect you?
No. But what I think they should do is
it brings more light to the game, but it's not going to stop us from watching it.
Of course not. We're going to watch whatever we can put action on. But I really think they should, if it's like this the next 2 years, maybe 3 years, you got to drop it back down. I mean, 64 teams is fun. But I mean, if Cinderella don't show up, like, why do we have them in there? I mean, we talked about it for years with college football expanding to 18, 12. You know, they wanted all these teams in there, and the first round was a dud this year. So hopefully next year is a little more exciting. But having these small schools,
me and you talked about that. It was a little. I wanted to expand, no, but not that much.
Yeah. And that's could be the problem if we stay at 64 teams, 68 teams. Watered down, you got these teams getting blown out. I mean, it's just every favorite comes in. It's just like I don't nobody want to watch that. If it's like because of the NIL, transfer portal, you see teams like St. Francis, Pennsylvania already opted out of the Division I. It was just in this tournament, and They're saying now we're done. We're gonna be dropping back down to Division III. We don't want to do this. I can't blame them. Why? What's the point? So
no, all them guys are leaving. Look how many guys left. Iona and St. Francis and. They're leaving. Their best players are leaving.
Yep, and that's why I wouldn't mind. It won't happen though if they dropped it back down to 32 teams or something, because it's going to be just too ridiculous if we can't get Cinderella teams to do what they've done in the past because of the NIL and transfer portal, etc.
Well, I guarantee you next year some Cinderella team's going to go through 2 or 3 rounds.
I hope.
Trust me.
Because all we had was McNeese State this year. That's it. The only upset in the first round, really.
And that was like a 7.5, 8.5. Wasn't even a +10.
Yeah. So
I wasn't even a +10, though. You know what I'm saying?
6.5. Yeah.
Any last thing on March Madness you want to cover for my peoples on the show today?
Nah.
Or we moving on?
That's it. I just hope it's better this coming year. This Elite Eight. I hope it's pretty exciting. We'll see. We'll find out.
All right, put the camera down. No, I know you can't see me, but we want to be able to see you and that little DA you wearing there. You got like a new improved DA and shit. I haven't seen a haircut like that in like back in the days. All right, now we're going to shift to football real quick. We're going to shift to football. It might not be of your interest, but a lot of people want to know. And there's 4 options. There's 3 teams I'm going to name you, or you could use the word retirement. Aaron Rodgers, still a free man, unless he just signed right now during my show, which I don't think so, because somebody would have mentioned it. My thing is, I'm going to give you 3 teams, and you tell me where you think he's going to go and where does NOP want him to go. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers, 10-7 last year, second in their division. Does Aaron Rodgers go to Pittsburgh, Noah Park?
We're not going to give all the teams, or are you just going to give me one at a time?
No. We're going to do one. You know what? Let me do the 3 teams. You right. So that's the way, you know what I mean? I don't have you rebuttal real quick. Okay. Minnesota Vikings, 14-3, second in their division, top 3 record in the NFC. Does he go there? Now, we know the J.J. McCarthy story. I'll get into it once you start talking. I'm going to go to team 3. Indianapolis Colts, 8-9, second in their division, 9th in the conference. So now you got Pittsburgh, Minnesota, or Indy, or D, which is retirement. Where does Aaron Rodgers go, Noah Parker?
I think he should, and I think you got to go to a winning program like Pittsburgh. I mean, J.J. McCarthy's got to have his chance in Minnesota. I don't think the Colts have enough to even entice. They still got AR down there to run the show. So I don't think he would want to go there anyway because he'll have too much pressure from the young guy behind him.
I heard they might try to trade him. They're really trying to trade him.
Yeah, maybe. In my opinion,
they could get a number 2 for him or number 3. They'll probably trade him, even though he was the first round pick.
Maybe. I mean, he's still got a lot of talent, though. You know, he got an arm. My opinion opinion is he should retire.
I can't hear you. Okay.
My opinion is he should retire. But you know, I think he will end up in Pittsburgh. But if I was rooting for something, just end it all. Your legacy is already, you know, what it is. You just kind of hurting it now. You're not gonna win. I mean, I just don't have it no more. It was embarrassing
You
with the
really
Jets.
think you don't have it no
No,
more? He put up some good numbers late with the Jets, and
it
not
was
for nothing.
it was almost
I
no.
don't think he was enthusiastic over there.
I think
think they were just
what
so negative over there, himself
no.
especially.
I think what's next for him is what Peyton Manning went through. You lose the arm strength, it goes next, and he don't got the motivation. If he didn't have a Super Bowl ring, maybe, but he got one already, and I think he's cool with that. So I think he done.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna say retirement, NOP, and you're saying as far as where he might end up is Pittsburgh, correct?
I think he'll end up at Pittsburgh, but I think he should retire, in my opinion.
Okay, that's what you would want him to do.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to go through all teams real quick. I think Pittsburgh Steelers make a lot of sense. It's a tough division, though.
Yeah.
Them guys they're going to bang him the fuck up. Cincinnati, Cleveland, and the Baltimore Ravens are going to put hands on him. But I think if Pittsburgh can solidify that line, and they lost Najee Harris, so I'm not sure if they picked up another back or they're planning to get it back in the draft, but they're going to have to solidify that offensive line. Now, they got weapons on the corners for them. You got Metcalf and Pickens. That's good enough. And I think they got a tier 3 guy over there that I am not looking at the roster who's pretty decent himself. But the thing is, he's got to have protection to get these guys the ball.
Right.
And you got two hungry guys that want the lever that will be arguing if they don't get the ball. And Metcalf and Pickens. But I think this is a good fit for him. I also think the Minnesota Vikings is a good fit for him because if you throw JJ out there, and let's say he starts off slow, Noah, and I understand that he's got to go through the growing pains, but you was 14-3. Ain't no room for that, Noah. Either you ready or you not. It can't be we got to go through the growing pains with him. Right now, they could win right now with a good quarterback. They almost won with Sam Darnold.
It's too close to Brett Favre, though. I mean, Brett Favre, Packers, Jets, Vikings. He gonna do the same thing. He can't do that. You just cannot do that.
I think 1 year, let JJ learn the positive things from him, not the negative things, because he's got a lot of negative things to offer, especially his fucking attitude, bro. This guy, like, I remember his coach for the Jets tried to hug him, and he pushed him. I'm like,
solid.
What's up with you, dog?
Yeah.
I was Solomon, I would have fucked him up. I'm keeping it real. I would have fucked this bitch ass up. They got rid of Solomon anyway. That would have been my reason to get rid of me right there. I'm trying to hug you, and you push me away, dog?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the coach is a bad fit. Not because they're not good enough. I think they got a really good team. I think Aaron probably gets them over the top in that division or close to. Texans, a lot of people going to say Texans, but I think they can get them right there. But the thing with the coach, Phillip Rivers didn't work over there. Nick Foles didn't work over there.
Right.
Ryan didn't work over there. And these are all quarterbacks that went at the last part of their career to try to reinvent themselves with the coach, and all of them failed, Noah. The last two quarterbacks to do good in Indy were Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. And if people could remember the Magic Man back in the days, but everybody else to me has been suspect at best. You think what? What you thinking?
No, I was trying to think of J. Cole went over there too, but I think he went to Miami that 1 year. I was
Okay,
everybody
so
that went to Indianapolis and failed.
I think he's got another year in there. I'm not going to say retirement. It's just that he's a bitch ass, man. That's the only thing I can't stand about him. He's a bitch ass. That he want to be on that podcast making jokes and shit. But I think Pittsburgh really needs him right now to fill his bridge up for 1 or 2 years until they get their man. And if they get that kid Dart, a lot of people think Dart ain't ready, but Dart can also sit behind him for a year or two, and then you can bring him in.
I think the Raiders should go after Dart and have him behind behind Geno, and then learn from him.
You know who Pittsburgh sleeper is? You might not like it. Milroe from Alabama, but of course they're gonna have to have him sit.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to have him sit. But that kid is talented, dogs. He's just gotta get shellacked. You know, he's not shellacked, but he can run, he got an arm. You know, if you can shellack him just like your boy AR in Indianapolis, you know, the thing with AR, he's still thinking he can run over people. You can't do that in the NFL. And you've seen him. Me and you watched him still trying to do that shit.
You're going the hard way.
Let's move on, Noah. We're going to go through this. We got to go quick because I got to do the spin-off. I got a new topic called Hall of Fame or Not. I kind of got this from an old series called Believe It or Not. People are going to laugh at, you know, my old school guys, which they show you things that are like basically a miracle or magical. And it was done. So I call it a Hall of Fame or not. Don't ask me why. I'm just telling you that's what I call it. So I'm going to lay you pictures. Tell me if they're going to get in the Hall of Fame, and what do you think if they should get in or not? I'm going to start off with Kurt Schilling. 569 games, 216 wins, 146 losses, 3.46, 22 saves, 3,100 strikeouts, has 3 championships as an MVP, has an NLCS MVP, World Series MVP, let me say it right, 6-time All-Star. Talk to us, Noah.
Well, why not? Why wouldn't he be in? I mean, I know Roger Clemens ain't in yet, so I could see that reasoning, but he's got to be in.
Okay, so you think they will get him in, and you agree yourself that he should be in?
Yeah, 100%.
It's possible that you think they might get him in, but you don't agree with it. But
I mean,
you say it goes both ways then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. You got nothing else to say, right?
That's it.
Okay. Another pitcher I'm going to bring up. David Cone. 419 games, 194 wins, 126 losses, 3.46, 1 save, 2668 strikeouts. Cy Young Award, 5-time All-Star, 5 chips. Let me add one more thing to Schilling. He had 9 good years out of 20 years of pitching. When I mean by good years, you know, good win-loss record with earned run average. I did my own work on that. Cone had 8 good years and 17 years of pitching, meaning really good years. You know, mediocre, I'm not putting in just good years. Your take on David Cone?
He's Hall of very good, of really, really good. I don't think you can put him in. But he's right there. I know a lot of people will argue that, but
so he's borderline.
Borderline. I wouldn't put him in, though.
Why wouldn't you put him in? I need to hear why.
It's just the numbers are there, but I don't know. He wasn't Hall of Fame to me. He was just Hall of very, very good.
So like kind of like Michael Jordan, right? Like the way you claim Michael Jordan only had 6 good 8 years, like that.
Yeah, Jordan had 6 great years, amazing years, but that's about it.
We're not gonna go there. We're going David Cone. So David Cone basically like that. What you're saying?
I say no with David Cone. Okay. He's right there. He's on the borderline.
I'm gonna give my opinions right after. Last but not least, Dr. K, Dwight Gooden, 430 games pitched, 194 wins, 112 losses, 3.51 earned run average, 3 saves, 2,300 strikeouts, 6 good years in 16 years. Cy Young Award winner, Rookie of the Year winner, Triple Crown, 2 chips, 4-time All-Star, earned run average title. Talk to us, Noah.
Put him in. 2 chips, 2. I got to put him in. I mean, okay. He was just dominant. David Cone was dominant, but not dominant. It wasn't like Pedro Martinez dominant. Or I mean, you know, you could hit Cone. You're gonna have you know, he's gonna have his stuff in there.
Cone had his moments, but he looked dominant.
Yeah, of course. But you wasn't intimidated like Dwight Gooden. You wasn't like, you know, it's not the same kind of dominant. You know, he was dominant. He can be dominant, but it wasn't, you know, Doc Gooden nasty kind of dominant.
Right. Okay.
I got one for you though. When you're done, just one.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Schilling, I got him in.
Okay.
The guy is tough as nails. Did it in 2 places. Started his career mediocre, but ended it as great as you can end it, especially with those chips in Boston. That was incredible to watch. I got him in, and I think they're going to get him in also. David Cone has the accolades to get in. Only thing he's lacking is wins. 194. You got to at least clear 200. You agree with me, Noah?
Yeah, 100%.
194, but he's got so many accolades from Cy Young, 5-time All-Star, 5 chips were important in every championship that he won. I know a lot of people are going to say Cone belongs in. I'm not mad if you think like that, but I got him coming up short, or maybe wait another 20 years to see if these numbers hold up against other potential guys that can make it. But he's not going to get in like we say first ballot, none of that, or he didn't. It might take a while, but I think he'll probably get in way later, if that makes sense. But I don't got him in now. Last but not least, Dr. K had the best 6 seasons I've seen starting his career than anybody else. But is that enough, Noah Parker, to say he's a Hall of Famer? Because when you got Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, Triple Crown winner, 2 chips,
I got him
and an Irma average title. But his body of work, this is a word you like to use a lot, was horrible after 6 years.
Just like MJ, just like Jordan on the Wizards, horrible after 6 years. But hey, I got him in.
Okay, we got him in. Give me your one, then we gonna do our last.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. We have to hypothetically say he gets hurt this year and he retires. But I'm gonna say my question.
I already know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Mike Trout, Hall of Fame or not? I have him out. Never won a playoff game. Never won. He's been hurt the last 6 years. Can't even finish. Can't even get to the All-Star break. Not enough for me. I don't care what anybody say. They say it's like Eli Manning. How I say he ain't in. I don't have Mike Trout in if he retired today. He just don't got enough in. Don't got enough for me. 0 postseason. Never won a game. Not in for me. Your take.
Well, you know, a lot of guys. I'm big on coming through when it matters. So I definitely agree with you. But I know a lot of people that will get him in because the numbers were there when he played.
Yeah. Like Bo Jackson, yeah, I know.
Yeah, they will get him in because his numbers. So I gotta play devil's advocate with that because I know guys, but you know me, you got to show up, and he hasn't even been able to get to the dance. So how can you show up if you can't even get to the dance? And I know they will say, but it's a team sport. He can't do it by himself. So how do you answer that, Noah Parker?
That's his own fault for not playing on a contender. He had ample weapons too. Josh Hamilton, Albert Pujols, Shohei Ohtani.
Blame him though.
I mean, he didn't do enough. I guess. I mean, he's always getting hurt. He always gets hurt.
When it's a team sport and nobody's playing a part,
he can't stop getting hurt. He plays great. I want to know how many times, if you look that up sometime, how many times he played more than 120 games in a year. I'd say it's under 5.5 years.
Listen, he's an egg. He became T-Mac of baseball.
That's why I can't put him in. Is T-Mac don't make it? I mean, I get it. I just don't know.
Right. C-Mac. T-Mac is Tracy. C-Mac is Christian. He's basically C-Mac of baseball. Let's keep it a band.
Yeah.
I would have to agree.
I don't have him in.
I would have to agree with the reason why I got Schilling in because he was big when it mattered most.
Oh, big time. Baseball, that's huge.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with you with that, bro.
Okay.
Okay, now we going to choose one and why we the fuck out of here. You see, I gotta get the most out of you because you don't have enough appearances. So we gotta get at you while you here. Okay, this is a 5-year period. No, not to confuse you. These individuals' best 5 years. I know you don't got the paperwork in front of you, but you got the eye test. So I'm pretty sure you'll do good. 2 pitches. Clayton Kershaw, a.k.a. The Claw, or Randy Johnson, a.k.a. The Big Unit. Who you think had the better 5 years of their best 5 years ever in baseball?
Kershaw
probably had both of them.
I mean, I think Kershaw probably had the better numbers because he played in a more pitcher dominant stadium where he just dominated there because that stadium was built for him perfectly. But I mean, I'm taking Randy Johnson all day. I'm taking the big unit pause all day he's just too dominant. I'm more intimidated by him than that 12-6 curveball. I'm more worried about getting my face blown off pause by a big unit pause than worrying about can I hit Kershaw's 96 today and his curve. To me, I'd rather face Kershaw. So that's just me though.
Got you. Well, what kills me for Kershaw, we all know that his playoff numbers is horrible. And you know
100%.
I'm big on showing up when you have to. So I don't care all that shit you did in the regular season. If you can't do it in the playoffs, it means nothing to me. And we all know the big unit had a nice run there with Arizona with Kurt Schilling and company. And the big unit always does it in the regular season. So I'm agree with you. We going big unit. Copy?
For sure.
Now we going running backs. Two different styles of running backs. So I know that. Don't go, oh, they're two different styles. Which running back you want in a prime from these two? Don't go because one hit the Hall of Fame and one haven't yet. Who Noah Parker wants on his team out of these two running backs? Endrin James, a.k.a. the Edge, or Chris Johnson, a.k.a. CJ2K? Who and why?
I'm going Chris Johnson. The speed's a factor. I think Edge really, he did all right in Arizona, but he definitely benefited having Peyton Manning. Can you tell me one quarterback that Chris Johnson had under the helm? You can't even tell me. I mean, who was who did he have? He didn't have. If he had Peyton Manning,
right? McNair was over there,
right? Yeah, did he have McNair? I don't even remember if he had McNair.
I don't remember.
So I'm saying. So I got to go Chris Johnson because to me this and the speed killed so much back then. I mean, and no offense to Edge, he was nice, but I guess it's just because he had such a good quarterback made him just a dominant. I don't remember how good he did in Arizona, but he wasn't too bad. But right. I know in anybody that was behind Peyton Manning was shining. Even I think Marshall. I mean, I can't remember if Falk played under Manning or not.
Right.
But and anybody you put back there was nice. Didn't matter who it was because Peyton Manning made him that good.
Okay, CJ2K. Okay, this is a tough one because we know the home run hitter definitely is CJ2K. We know that. At any moment, he just goes 60, 70 on you. But I like the Edge because the Edge was more of an all-around running back than him. Better receiver out the backfield, better blocker. And he wasn't that shabby running the ball. He just wasn't a home run hitter like CJ2K. But Edge can get you 30, 40, 40 yards like that.
Right.
So if you look at home runs at CJ2K, I'm going to take the Edge by an Edge because I think he did more, Noah Parker.
All right.
Did more. That's why. But you're right. You got a great point there. When you got the better quarterback, it's easier to run because defenses are set up for the pass.
100%.
So you got more room to run. So I agree with you with that. Okay, last but not least, these are current baseball shortstops. Current. Very similar records. I mean, they fucking numbers are similar. But who the Noah Parker one on this team? One of them's got a potential injury that they always bring up, but he still plays multiple games. He never sits out. So that's a bullshit injury if you ask me. Carlos Correa, a.k.a. C4, or Trey Turner, a.k.a. Triple Trey. Who or why? Who and why?
Give me Trey Turner. He's just more of a 5-tool player to me. Play any position. He got wheels, and he slid the way I slid when I played. So I'm going Trey Turner in my opinion.
Okay, this is a tough one. I love Correa, but Turner kills him with the stolen bases. All the other numbers are very similar. Correa got more home runs, played, I think, in more playoff games. Even though Trey, I think, had a stint there with a few teams, Philly, and if I'm correct, the Dodgers, he had a little run. Am I right or wrong with that?
Yep.
But Correa seemed like every year was in the playoffs with Altuve and the Astros. I'm gonna go Correa by a nose only because of the experience and he hits in the clutch, Noah. But if I just went off just like talent alone, I'll probably go Trey. But I want the clutch guy that's been doing it all the time. So I'm gonna go Carlos Correa with this
I
one.
mean,
Any last words?
he had the garbage cans going off to help him out. I mean, when Turner won it in LA, it's different. So I don't know about the clutch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the clutch factor.
He said, all right, any last words, Noah Parker? NOP
That's
in the
it.
building, baby.
Enjoy y'all March Madness. We see y'all for the NBA playoffs. Al York Sports Show, the raw truth. Ain't nothing better.
Oh, man. NOP, my guy always shows up when I need him. He doesn't show up every time, but when I need him, not only does he shows up, he delivers, man.
No doubt.
God bless you. Say hello to the kids, and I'll talk to you soon, NOP.
All right, holla.
Okay, all right, all right. All right, guys, now we going to the spin-off. I know you guys been waiting for this. I know we got Chico and Brian Ford with the lead with 4 wins each. We gave y'all a lot of knowledge. I know knowledge sometimes can be a little boring, guys, but sometimes, you know, we got to kick that shit. It ain't all about style. A lot of times I like to kick that shit, man. All right, so good luck to everybody, man. Let's get it. All right, here we go, guys. B4 and Chico leave with 4 wins. Few people got 3, 2. Let the best person win, baby. That was deep. We did a lot of work today. My brain's hurting. There was a lot of work today, but it's all worth it, baby. 1 through 20, round 7. Let's go, Michigan. That'll be an upset. We need an upset. Let's get Michigan an upset. Oh, Miss did an upset. They covered. Let's get Michigan on the upset, guys. Michigan Wolverines, baby. 9-point underdog. All right, here we go. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. Let's go, guys. See, a lot of people locked on when we kick that knowledge, man. Sometimes, you know, it's hard to hear the truth, man, but we broke it down, guys. That's what we did. Now it's time to have some fun. Let the best person win on my goal. Chico B4, 4 wins each. Let the best man win. Here we go. Here we go. Round 7. Giveaway 1. Winner is. Got a winner. We got a winner, baby. I know you see it. Because I see it. Giveaway 1. Round 7 winner is. Number 6. Number 6. That'll be the Philly kid, baby. The Philly kid, I think, tied him up with 4 wins. Philly kid's in the building, baby. Don't sleep on the Philly kid. Number 6, the Philly kid is your winner, folks. Giveaway 2 coming up. What a comeback by the Philly kid. Down 4-1. Tied both leaders with 4 wins. Philly kid's on fire. Was down 4-1 of Chico and Brian. Came back and tied them up. Giveaway 2 now. Let the best person win, baby. Here we go. 21 through 40. I know the Philly kid is loving it right now. He probably breakdancing right now. He loves his merchandise. I know exactly what to send him to. Let's marinate these bad boys. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Giveaway 2, round 7. Chico, B4, and now the Philly kid all got 4 wins. Let the best person win. On my go, anything pop out, funny shit, I'ma say no play like an umpire. Here we go. Giveaway 2, round 7. Winner is on the Al York Sports Show. Open sessions and giveaway. LOP in the building, baby. Here we go. Got a winner. We got a winner, baby. We got a winner. Don't go nowhere. Summary coming right up. Right up. Winner is number 22. Number 22. That's the ghost, baby. The ghost is in the building. It's like the second time the Ghost and Philly kid won at the same time. They both Eagle, Philly, Sixer fans for Philly. It's a Philly show again. What the fuck is going on here? I think the Ghost got 2-3 wins. I gotta look it up, but I know he's right there with them. Maybe one behind or maybe right with them. Summary coming up. Wow, we got a Philly show again. What the fuck is going on? Wow, Philly kid and the Goats. Wow. All right, real quick summary. We tapped in on MLB, me and Nova Parker. You know, they're trying to make salary cap, etc. You know, it kind of throws a dim on the opening season. You know, usually everybody's happy. But a lot of people seeing what the Dodgers are doing. They're not doing nothing illegal, but it's not cool. It's almost like the tush push, where, you know, a lot of people don't like it. It's not illegal, but a lot of people don't like it, and they're going to get rid of it eventually. And I think baseball has to change, you know, with all this defer money, because you're able to get these top, you know, players to defer money, man, and you just stack up your team like no tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? So we tapped on that. We hit March Madness. We hit today's games. Tennessee. I didn't look at the final score. I'm pretty sure they won. Michigan State did their thing today. They won. They didn't have to cover for me. I just wanted to win. Right now, I'd love to get Michigan right here to win outright, man. I mean, I would just love to get Michigan to win outright. We tapped in on yesterday's games, the BYU, Bama game, Zona, Duke, Florida, Maryland. We tapped on the games, and then the last game there, I don't remember the game. What game it was? I don't remember right off the rip. Matter of fact, let me look at my paperwork. I cannot just leave it like that. It was 4 games yesterday. Shit, give me a minute, guys. Texas Tech, Arkansas. That's right. Calipari choke. We covered Saturday's game, the Elite 8. Duke Bama's going to be an extraordinary game tomorrow. Texas Tech, Florida might be a feisty game, a low, under kind of game. Real feisty. Tech is going to make Florida work. They're not going to let them be on that pretty shit. They're going to try to bump and bruise them on some New York Knicks shit. They're going to play that kind of basketball. That's the only way you're going to be able to beat Florida. But if you got Clayton Jr. out there, Elijah Martin doing their thing, Richard, it's going to be blowout city. So they're going to have to play an ugly game. You know, we cover Hall of Fame or not, choose one and why. You know, we covered a lot of stuff today. We gave you a lot of knowledge today. I mean, I understand when you talk a lot of knowledge, you can get a little crazy. When I hear too much knowledge myself, it kind of hurts my brain because it's like too much of anything's too much. But, you know, that's what me and Noah do, man. We start something, we finish it, man. We break it down. We give y'all all kind of angles of how we feeling. We give our opinions, and we break it down to the smallest molecule. So if it was too much for some of y'all, I totally understand. And the ones that, you know, understand what we were doing, hopefully y'all loved it. And it's another Friday, TGI Friday, no drinking and driving. And remember what I told you, man. I seen something on TV. I'm not saying it's going to happen to none of us. Guy was drinking this truck, man. I seen this thing called Chaotic, man. It probably was a little while ago, maybe a year ago, something. This guy ran through 5, 6 cars, crushed them. 7 people died. He came out the car. He didn't even know what was going on. They were like, yo, you know what you just did? He was like, what I did? I don't know what I did. Nigga, you don't know what you did, nigga. You just murdered 7 or 8 people, my nigga, at least. You're about to do life, nigga, just for drinking and driving, my guy. And you lucky families wasn't there that made it out those cars. They would have bodied you. Right there, you got bodied for drinking. You know, don't drink and drive. Do Uber. Do other shit, especially if you're working. How you drinking and driving in a work truck? I mean, you should drink and drive, period. But in a work truck, you just demolished 7 families, dog, over drinking. That's why I said no drinking and driving, man. Message of the day: get rid of the suspect people, man. Y'all know who's suspect around y'all. Why you keep wasting your time with suspect people, man? You scared of them? You scared because you start limiting their action? Fight them. Get them, take a beat down if you have to. You don't need suspect people in your life. All they're gonna do is work against you low key. Remember that. I'm not saying you just get rid of them. You trim them. You trim them like when you're on a diet. Like when I was on a diet, I'm hitting half a rashes. Instead of hitting the whole rash, I'm eating half a rashes. Trim them like that until you eventually get rid of them. But make sure that they suspect, not just that you assuming or allegedly. You know what they are. Just like I said about the instance, pay mind to your instance. You know who they are. As I'm talking to y'all, names are popping up in your head. I guarantee you. Get rid of them. I'm starting to enjoy life a little more, even though my money ain't where it used to be. But I got peace of mind. I'm in my loft. My wife's in her room. I'm chilling. I can do whatever I want. I ain't got to worry about fake people calling me, you know, just acting like they're my people. That's not happening. I got rid of all the suspects. And if I find new shit, I'm getting rid of them too. Maybe because I'm older. That's why. But you gotta start somewhere. If you want to be happier, not happy, because it's going to take a long time to get happy. You got to get rid of the suspectness, man. All the suspect shit, get rid of it. Then you got to change your life and do more constructive shit. I'm not here trying to preach, man. I'm just talking to y'all, man. That's what I do, Al York Sports, man. This is why I'm more than a sports show, bro. I got angles for niggas. I got range. I told y'all that, B. This is real talk, no cap. Like y'all, another week, tap in. You know, I'm going to give y'all something. Go to the gram, man. Y'all fucking up not going to the gram. I'm feeding the gram, man. I'm hitting the gram crazy, and I'm getting love in the gram. But I'll never leave YouTube. YouTube is like my family. Like no matter where I go in the world, you always got to check family. But Instagram's showing me love out and outside of family, man. And I'm telling y'all, go in there. I got a lot of different content that I'm able to put on the gram that it's easy to put on YouTube. You know, I got a lot of shorts. There's a lot of shorts on the gram. That's what's good about it. Go on the gram, man. If you ain't got YouTube, get the YouTube. Salute to everybody. Love y'all. Al York Sports. See y'all next week, man. Oh, y'all head.